This one's from Joel. Right. Question for you, lovely, lovely people. What do you think of drop shipping? So Joel says, Neil, what is your opinion on drop shipping with Amazon? So let me start by saying that I think drop shipping sucks. I think it is a freaking terrible business model, and anybody telling you that you should do it should be made to prove that there are a sufficient number of people doing it and making money. They should be made to prove that. I suspect that if there was any kind of proof requirement that people are making good money from drop shipping on Amazon, the number of people spruiking drop shipping would drastically fall. Drastically fall. So that kind of gives you an insight into what I think. But let me kind of lay it out for you. Let me show you with words and pictures why I think it's a shit business model. So first thing to note is that Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Walmart, all those kind of things like that, okay, are what's called margin businesses. Margin businesses, meaning we as sellers make money on the margin. So our job as sellers is to buy things as cheaply as possible and then to sell them as expensively as possible to somebody else. And that spread in the middle, the margin, is where we make money. Okay, that's where we make money. And Amazon and all these kind of businesses is a really competitive margin related business. So with that in mind, the very second you start buying from a drop shipper, you are instantly putting yourself at a huge disadvantage, because the drop shipper is going to put on top of their costs, they're going to put their margin on top of their costs. You, as the buyer from the drop shipper, are the customer of the drop shipper. You're the customer. Versus if I sell, then my customer is the end customer on Amazon. So you, as a drop shipper, become the middleman between the person who is drop shipping the product for you and the Amazon customer. You're the middleman in that arrangement. And Amazon will punish you for being that, because you're going to go into an area on Amazon where the only place drop shippers operate is in high volume niches. Okay, so a high volume niche is something like, let's just have a think, barbecue gloves, for instance. Well, a lot of people, a lot of money to be made selling barbecue gloves, no doubt about it. But look how many people are selling barbecue gloves. Okay, 30,000 people selling them. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of money to be made selling them. And so it attracts drop shipping companies and it attracts drop shipping middlemen. So you put yourself into the middle position, which means anybody selling direct, aka private label, which is what we do at Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, gets a huge advantage over you, because they will be able to sell at a cheaper price than you, because they don't have a middleman. So they can sell cheaper than you can sell, and or they can spend money on advertising that you won't be able to spend because you don't have the margin to spend it. You haven't got the margin to spend it, okay? All that happens, in my experience with drop shipping, is this. Price war. Because a drop shipping company, Obero, I think is a big one in Australia. Oberoo is a big one in Australia. The drop shipping company doesn't care how many people try and sell that drop shipping product. They don't care. So they drop ship to hundreds of people if that's how many people want to drop ship that product. And so all that happens is race to the bottom, margins are squeezed, nobody can make any money. It's a terrible business model. Terrible. Versus building your own brand, creating your own community of people who are within that brand, finding out what products they want to buy, helping them to create, getting their help to create the perfect products, and building those products and selling them to your customers, your loyal customers. Much different business model, much higher margins, far more profit, longevity in the business. Longevity. Insane doing it in the other way, in my not so humble opinion. It's insanity doing it the other way. But what about you? What do you guys reckon? What would you say is good or bad? Oh, I'll tell you, there is one time. So now that I've taken a big fat shit all over drop shipping, there is one time when you can make money drop shipping, and it's when you have got an existing audience off of Amazon that you can sell to. So if you've already got an email list of customers in a particular niche, the doggy niche for instance, and you decide to test a product idea and you drop ship it, then that can work because you've got a pre-existing audience you're going to sell to, okay? That can work in that situation. Race to the bottom. Hayden says it is actually illegal to drop ship in Australia if you read the terms and conditions of selling according to the ACCC. Is that right? Oberlo. Somebody says Oberlo is American. Are you sure about that? I feel like Oberlo is Australian. Alberto. Oh no, you're right. It's Canadian, indeed. What is the version in? I read the founders. This drop shipping. Let's just try that. Oberlo. Yeah, it's still Oberlo. All right. I drop ship, maybe. Oh, drop ship zone. That's the one I was thinking of in Australia. Yeah, that's the one. So I read the founders of that, who've gotten by the way, very rich off that. $27 million. Anyway, that's the one I knew about in Australia. If you try and buy from suppliers, I drop ship. Thanks for that, Mel. Obero connects to AliExpress. Yes, it does. Let's have a look at that. Reject. We don't want your cookies. So here, look. Retail price 54. Potential profit 28. So that tells us to drop that. We buy those at, what's the difference between those two things? $25.20. And then we've got to rank it. We've got to get our marketing for it. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. Yeah, so it's through that. I just think it's a terrible idea. I truly, truly do. Anyway, each to their own, of course. Far be it from me to tell you what to do. I think it's terrible though. As a long-term business, awful idea. Absolutely awful. That video was taken from my normal Monday night open forum Q&A session where the 2,000 plus members of the Aussie online entrepreneurs jump on a call together and they just ask me heaps and heaps of questions and I answer for them live. If you'd like to find out more about joining us at the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, we've got over 2,000 members and growing. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community here in Australia. Then you can find out more by going to www.aussieonlineentrepreneur.com.au. See you next time.